Alright guys, welcome back to another video. I'm going to tell you the dark truth about Bitcoin and Tether. It's going to sound conspiratorial, but I promise you it is backed with facts. You're going to want to see this, so stay tuned. Bitcoin isn't actually decentralized like everyone thinks, right? Now there's two big mining pools controlling 51% of the global hash rate. They are Foundry USA and Antpool. Two pools mined over a quarter of Bitcoin blocks in the past 10 days each. Since mid-December, Foundry USA mined 357 blocks, while Antpool mined 325. Foundry's block produced 26% of the network, while Antpool was responsible for just under 24.5% of total block production. And remember guys, China once controlled 80% of Bitcoin's mining. So if a country like El Salvador wanted to use Bitcoin as their main currency, China could literally shut off their economy with a flip of a switch. You guys see the amount of power they have, the amount of centralization that exists? Now I know China has since banned mining, but most of the mining has now moved to the United States. Next, let's get into who really created Bitcoin. Alright, now 5 reasons to believe the deep state or the NSA created Bitcoin. Remember Edward Snowden when he leaked the NSA documents, guys? How he basically proved how the NSA and the government were spying on average citizens through their smartphones, through everything, essentially. When he did that, right, we actually learned about how the NSA planned to use Bitcoin to quietly track its users, which many speculated played a role in the early crypto prosecutions of Silk Road and others. The documents also confirm the ease at which the agency could identify users in particular, hinting that the NSA may have been using its X-Keyscore searching system, where the Bitcoin information and a wide range of other NSA data were cataloged to enhance its information on Bitcoin users. You see that? And as you see here, it says that it functioned as a privacy bait and switch, tricking Bitcoin users into using a tool they thought would provide anonymity online, but was actually funneling data directly to the NSA. Also, Bitcoin's hashing algorithm, SHA-256, right? It was literally created by the NSA back in 2001, right? Check it out, guys. It's actually a version 2 of their SHA-1, right? You see here, designers, National Security Agency, 2001. SHA-256 is a very common encryption algorithm used in a lot of different places, right? Very common. So since the NSA helped create the Bitcoin encryption algorithm, they probably have the power to break the bit encryption, don't you think? They probably backdoored it. We just don't know about it. There's been a lot of speculation through this, but it would make sense if they did, because the NSA is now known to have spied on everybody, so it wouldn't surprise me if they did. Check this out as well. Leaked documents from 2017 appear to show NSA infiltrated crypto's Tor browser and VPN. And Satoshi Nakamoto is not some random Japanese man, alright? It's just a pseudonym. Now, it's speculated that it could possibly be David Schwartz. Recently, we saw the news that the government actually reached out to, quote, Satoshi Nakamoto, but it was actually at least 4 individuals, right? Now, personally, I think it could be David Schwartz, Arthur Brito, which no one really knows what Arthur Brito looks like. There's a couple of pictures on the internet, but no one knows for sure. And then who knows who else who's working that group, right? But also, he randomly disappeared many years ago. A lot of people online have been trying to investigate his online presence, you know, try to build a blueprint of who he really was, what he was like. The thing is, he never signaled that he was going to leave. It's very suspicious. And interestingly here, it says that took a third party to confirm that Nakamoto had indeed ceased Bitcoin development to mysteriously work on some other projects which are left unknown. Bitcoin came out in 2009. Ripple XRP came out in 2012. I'm just saying. Just saying. The CIA can neither confirm nor deny it has documents on Satoshi Nakamoto. Of course. Of course. Of course they would say that. Right? And here's another big thing. FBI holds the second largest Bitcoin wallet ever. A lot of people forget that. When they shut down the Silk Road, it made international headlines and began a worldwide discussion about how stable the future of Bitcoin really is. And I know this is from years and years ago, but at the time an old report from Wired magazine said that the FBI is in control of 2 addresses or wallets holding over 300,000 Bitcoin. That total would make the law enforcement agency the second largest Bitcoin holder in the world, behind only Satoshi Nakamoto. Now this article came out in 2021, so at the time they said it's unclear how many Bitcoin wallets the FBI controls, but they wouldn't be surprised if they've since gained access to more than 500k to over 1 million Bitcoin. The NSA, CIA, and FBI's constant involvement with Bitcoin early on raises many questions on whether they knew Satoshi's true identity and potentially silenced him, or even that the NSA created Bitcoin as Snowden claims. Going back to the hashing algorithm SHA-256, here is the patent for it, guys. Alright, as you can see here, device for and method of one-way cryptographic hashing. You can look this up on Google and see it for yourself. 2001. National Security Agency. Here we have a funny tweet from Not Financial Advice. It says, "Weird, every time I ask AI to draw Satoshi Nakamoto, it gives me this strange, wholesome man." Who does that look like, guys? It's freaking David Schwartz. I know this isn't meant to be taken literally, but it's just, a little funny and interesting to see. Moving on to Tether. Tether is the biggest Ponzi scheme in history. It created the largest market bubble and fraud scheme in history. This is a nice article from Jacob King. When Tether was first created, they claimed to be backed 1-to-1 with the US dollar, but to date, there is not a single shred of evidence that supports their claims. Tether hasn't had any audits and refuses to show its reserves, which are hidden in shady offshore accounts. I'm telling you guys right now, Tether is the one responsible for inflating and manipulating the entire crypto market. In 2019, they edited their website and changed keywords to secretly reverse their past claims with new half-truths. Instead of being backed 1-to-1 with USD, they are now backed 100% by our reserves, which by the way are unknown and not verified by the public. Come on, guys. And here's what's interesting. A study from 2 scholars found that Bitcoin's famous rise to $20,000 in 2017. Do you guys remember that? That was the big bull run that got many people into crypto. That was mainly caused by injections of Tether. Okay? Tether pumps up Bitcoin, which therefore pumps up the entire crypto market. Tether is behind it all, I'm telling you. Check this out, guys. In 2020 to 2021, Tether has printed more fake dollars than ever before. So look right here. Tether stops printing for 6 months. You see the market crash, right? Then boom, Tether starts printing. Market goes up. Then Tether stops printing for another 6 months. Market slowly declines. You see that cycle? You see how correlated that is? Pretty much every single bull run we've had in crypto is due to Tether. They just keep printing this unlimited money that's not backed by anything, okay? It's not even worth anything. But Tether is one responsible for every single bull run, every single price movement. The majority of funds flowing into Bitcoin is from Tether. Tether makes up an overwhelmingly large amount of volume on many top exchanges, including Bitfinex, Binance, all of that. And take a look at this. A common counter argument I hear for this is, if Tether is proven fraudulent, anyone owning USDT will just buy Bitcoin and Bitcoin will moon. This couldn't be further from the truth. When Tether is proven fraudulent, it doesn't just confirm Tether's price is not worth 1 USD, but confirms that Bitcoin isn't worth 40,000 plus or whatever the latest price may be. It's so true. Wake up. When Tether is proven fraudulent, it would confirm the majority of the market has been held up on fake money. The amount of fear we will see would be unlike anything we've seen in the past. Guys, Tether is going to implode and is going to crash the entire crypto market. I know you guys have seen this in the past, okay? Many influencers, content creators have made content on this. Just a reminder, but I also want to shed more light into this as, part of the truth. It is going to happen, guys. It's all Tether. And look right here. In 2019, the United States District Court sued Bitfinex Tether, right? But since the investigation would expose their extensive fraudulent frameworks, Bitfinex has rejected these accusations for years and filed many motions to dismiss the $1.4 trillion investigation. That's insane! Even Tether's lawyer admitted that Tether wasn't in fact backed 1-to-1 with the dollar, but rather only has reserves to back 74% of its stablecoin issue. One of Tether's lawyers also accidentally admitted that they were purchasing Bitcoin with their reserves. You can see it right here, guys. You guys and all of the crypto community have to prepare yourself for this insolvency, because if you don't, oh man, you guys will panic like never before. Exchanges will stop withdrawals, trading will be paused, prices for Bitcoin, altcoins will crash as people try to sell. Introduction to new government regulations, which is definitely coming. Banks will freeze Bitcoin deposits. Here's how the Tether scam works. Tether can print infinite amounts of worthless USDT. Then they inject this into Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and others to cause prices to pump. I showed you guys this earlier, remember that? And here's a little bit more into one of Tether's lawyers accidentally admitting that they were buying Bitcoin with their reserves. Even though, by the way, prior to the April 24th order, the Tether actually did invest in instruments beyond cash and cash equivalents, including Bitcoin. They bought Bitcoin. Look at that, guys. Tether is a ticking time bomb, guys. You don't want to be around when they go bust. Does this even sound legal? They never had any audits, proxy for US dollar, evading AML, know your customer regulations, AML, violate US securities laws, money laundering, and caught lying about reserves. Come on, guys, wake up, please. Now, guys, we've all seen Tether lose its peg before, and I know it's not just Tether, other stablecoins have too, but it's a little scary when it does, right? I don't know how much longer they can keep this up, but sooner or later, it's going to crash. I hope I covered everything. I hope I opened some of your eyes a little bit wider into all of this. So, if you guys enjoyed the video, please give me a like, leave down a comment below, and I'll see you next time.